For a while now, I've been considering making a couple folding knives, and I didn't quite have the mill and everything to do the precision I need for that. But I was looking around on Jantz's website, and they had this kit that seemed like an absolute bargain. It's $30 for all the pieces to make a folding knife. Basically, you just got to put it together. A lot of it's even pretty close to finished. I'm going to make it a little more complicated than that because I don't think I'm going to use the blade that came with it, though it looks like a nice blade. I'm going to try and take one out of a scrap of Damascus that I forged out a while back. And you can see I've got it scribed out on here. So the goal, if I can manage to accomplish it, is to grind this blade out, get it heat treated and sharpened with all the holes set for reproducing this blade out of my Damascus billet. If I line it up with this piece and try to line up that hole, it's just a little bit off. Just needs to take a little bit more off of there, which is exactly where I want to be. And I just need to take some off right here to get this all to fit perfectly together. Because right now it'll be popped open just a little bit too much and kind of interact with where there's going to be a pin back here. All I got to do is take a little bit off of that and it'll be good. But I'm going to do that after I've heat treated and tempered it with a file for the final fit up. It might change a little bit between here and there. Okay, this is all hardened and tempered now, and I'm just going to do some cleanup on it and sand it down with the disc sander and some hand sanding, and it'll be ready for fitting it up. Get it back. Oh no. Now most of the parts of this kit, like the handle scales and the bolsters, come pretty well finished. So I don't think I need to do too much of those, maybe some buffing, but I mean, those are pretty good. There's some little fine sort of scratch marks to them, but almost a mirror polish. So, like I said, I'm not sure I could have done that good. The blade, though, I'm going to have to do a little bit more finishing. I think I'm just going to go some fine, really fine, super fine 1000 grit or 1500 grit sandpaper, and then etch this. And then we'll cut back into sitting here and trying to assemble all this and see what we got. Okay, I've laid out all the screws where I think they're gonna fit, figured out which ones go with what, and I've got the blade all etched and ready to go. So I'm gonna start putting this together and see how it fits. All these screws use a little tiny T6 Torx bit. Did not come with the kit. Luckily, I have one laying around. Otherwise, if somebody else is doing this, they might have to go get one of those. But anyway, let's see if everything fits together, and then I might go back and put some Loctite on some of the screws to make sure they never come apart again after I know that everything's good to go. So I think I haven't actually seen instructions on this, but I'm gonna guess. I'll start with this piece, and more than likely, I want to put the bolster on as I'm doing this, so I can just go ahead and get everything there we are. This spacer piece just has little pegs on it. That's the one I was checking the blade with earlier. So it's just gonna sit there. Then we've got the hinge pin. Because that goes up through the bolster is why I put the bolster on first. Then we've got some little washers that are spacer pieces on either side of the blade. And then we have the blade itself. On our other side of the knife. And for that, I'm going to basically lock it open. And this is why I didn't Loctite it right away, is because I am actually still just a little bit off on my fit there. It's not quite, it's hitting that just before it hits the stop on this. just a real tiny bit in there. Needs to come off still. So I'm going to do a little bit more fitting. And maybe it'll come together just fine after that. Oh, and we're hitting a little bit there when it goes to close. Hitting inside there. So I need to take that corner off. And just a little bit off of this. Alright, and after I did that, to get it to close all the way, I need to get this piece right down here to fit around that pin just a little bit better. So when that goes down, it hits and it leaves the point sticking up just a little bit. So I need to just take a little bit more in there as it goes all the way back down into that. Alright, just to mess with us, I think this one's actually a T8 screw instead of a T6. So you need two of these different little screw bits. Now, one thing I did miss when I was drilling holes in this blade is that I need just a little bit of a countersink for the back of this the screw on the stud here. So I'll have to go ahead and do that, and then put the stud on. But otherwise, let's see if everything else fits here. Find our handle pieces. Oh, those fit nicely. Alright, let's put a little bit of a countersink in this, so I can put this on here. Yeah, I should be good to go. I'll put a little bit of Loctite on some of these screws, but that seems to fit really nicely. Locks open. A little bit of wiggle. I didn't get it perfect, but hey. Oh, it's not bad for a first folding knife. Okay. See if this fits together. Well, that's pretty nice. Alright, so I've got everything where it fits. So a little bit of polishing up, some sharpening, because I don't have the blade sharp yet. And like I said, some Loctite. And everything should be good to go.